Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to my channel, Simply Dji-ji. I'm Dji-ji and I teach you how to make really simple, delicious meals, international meals. And today I'm going to be working on a simple steak. It's hot outside. I don't really feel like sitting there and cooking. So I'm going to make a simple steak today. So let's get started. Alright, so I've got 4 T-bone steaks here. And 3 of them are cut pretty thick. I don't know what happened. The butcher cut the first one too thin, but we're gonna do all of them anyway. And I'm gonna be using a little bit of seasoned salt and a little bit of poultry seasoning. I want to keep it really simple. You can use steak seasoning. What I find with the steak seasoning is that sometimes they cut the salt and the peppercorns too big and they sometimes burn when you're doing the steak. I'm going to be doing this on the stovetop with a cast iron pan, so I just prefer the poultry seasoning. And I have cleaned off the steaks, taken off most of the fat, and I've dabbed it dry with a paper towel because I don't really want the steak to be wet when I put in the cast iron. You're just going to sprinkle generously. The poultry seasoning doesn't really have much salt to it, so that's why I'm just going to be adding a little bit of seasoned salt. You really want to keep it simple with steak. You don't want, too many flavors overpowering it. So then we're going to flip the steaks over. I would usually use my hands, but I'm just going to use the tongs for the video. Just flip it over. And I am going to pat the other side dry with a paper towel because it looks like the other side is a little bit wet. You can marinate your steaks, but I prefer a dry rub on my steaks. And I'm just going to grab a paper towel. Alright, so I'm patting the other side dry before I put my seasonings on. Feels like summer outside and I just didn't feel like being in here all day cooking. So you just want to season the other side of your steak. And I'm going to let this sit in the dry rub maybe for an hour or so. And then come back and fry them up in the cast iron skillet. You don't want to over salt, just a little bit on the seasoning salt. And these are good to go. They're just going to sit and in the seasoning for about an hour. And we'll be back. Alright, so the steaks have been sitting in the seasoning for a couple of hours now. I'm going to be frying them up in a cast iron skillet. Don't be alarmed, the skillet is smoking. This is what you want. You want a nice heavy skillet and you want it to start smoking. Then you want to add just a little bit of oil. So I'm adding vegetable oil. You do not want to use olive oil because olive oil has a low smoking point and it will burn. So you want something with a higher smoking point like a vegetable oil, canola oil, or peanut oil even is good. And you want your pan to be smoking because you want the meat to have a good sear on it. And if your pan's not hot enough, you're not going to be able to get that good sear. It's going to steam. So it's smoking. I'm going to make sure my heat is on high, and I'm just going to go ahead and start. You want to put in steaks that are about the same thickness in, and you don't want to crowd your pan. So I'm going to do 2 steaks at a time. That's exactly what you want to hear. You want to hear that nice sizzle. And you want to, I'm going to play Tetris a little bit to try to fit the steak in. And I think I got it. And I want to turn on my fan. You don't want to do too much to it right now. You just want to let it sit. You want to let it sit and get some nice color on the bottom. Don't flip it yet. Give it about 3 minutes. Alright, so it's been about 3 minutes and I am going to flip. And this is, oh, it caught me. It's exactly what you want to see. You want to see some nice caramelization. You want to see those grill marks. And I'm going to flip it. Flip this one. Well, that one came out even nicer. And I'm just going to leave this to sear on the other side. And then I'm going to be lowering the heat. You want to cook this to whatever doneness you like. I like a medium well to well done. I know some people like medium rare. Some people like rare. So cook it to your liking. I'm going to do this one to a well done. Alright, so it's been about 3 minutes on the other side. And as you can see, a lot of blood and liquids has cooled. So I'm just going to flip it one more time. Then I get to play Tetris again. I just want to make sure these fit in the pan. Oh dear. Just push those out of the way. And what I'm going to do, because this steak has bones in it, let me try flipping it this way, baby. Because this steak has bones in it, yeah, that fits a lot better. I want to make sure the bones cook. So what I'm going to do, if this was boneless, I wouldn't do this. But I'm going to add, I have a 1/4 cup of hot water here. I'm just going to add to the pan. And it's going to smoke. This is going to help to speed up the cooking process and make sure those bones are cooked. I think I'm going to add another 1/4 cup of water to it. And I just had some hot water in a pot. And then I'm going to cover it. And I'm going to leave it there for about 4 minutes. Alright, these are about done, and I'm just going to transfer them to this baking pan I have over here. I'm going to cut my fire off, and then I'm going to actually rinse my cast iron so that the next ones don't have a burnt taste. The next batch doesn't have a burnt taste on them, so I'll be back once I rinse the cast iron. Alright, so I've cleaned off my cast iron skillet and I put some more oil in. I cleaned it out because I didn't want the burnt seasonings to affect the new steaks that I'm going to put in. So now it's smoking. I'm going to go ahead and put in my other 2 steaks. You want to hear that nice sizzle? Don't burn yourself like I almost did. So you want to just leave that there for about 3 minutes. While that's going on, I'm going to stir fry some onions and peppers on the other side here. So I've got a little bit of butter I'm going to be using. I've got some red onions. I've got some red bell peppers, some all-purpose seasoning, Worcestershire sauce, and I'm going to be using a little bit of my green seasoning. So I'm just going to turn this on to a medium high. And this process here is really simple. It's just to stir fry the vegetables and add your seasonings. I'm going to be using about 1, 2, 3 teaspoons of butter. You can use olive oil if you prefer not to use butter, or you can use margarine. I can't believe it's not butter. Anything will do. So just letting this butter melt for a minute. I'm just going to raise my heat a little bit. Once my butter's melted, I'm just going to add my red bell peppers. I just cut them round. You can cut them into strips if you want. You don't have to have them in a specific shape. I'm just going to let that stir fry. I'm going to go ahead and add my onions. those fry up. Throw in a dash of complete seasoning. Or a couple of dashes, whatever you want. I'm going to add a tablespoonful of my green seasoning. And again, there's a video, one of the first videos is how to make the green seasoning. One really important thing you want to know about green seasoning, don't ever put a dirty spoon into it. Like, don't take the spoon that you're cooking with to put into it because it makes it spoil quickly. So your green seasoning can last about a month if you use clean utensils. We're gonna let that fry up. Then I'm just gonna add a couple of shots of Worcestershire sauce. It's just gonna give it a nice vinegary, tangy flavor. And I'm just gonna lower my heat on it, put it on like a medium low, and I'm just gonna cover it and let it do what it's doing. Right, as you can see, the blood and the juices have cooled up, so I'm just gonna flip it. I'm just trying to fit it into the pan. And I'm just going to cover this. Alright, it's been a minute. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of water to this again. I think I'm going to add a little bit more. I just have some hot water that I was boiling some eggs in for a salad. I'm just going to go ahead and cover it for another minute or so. Alright, our steak is done. I already took the other one out. Nice and caramelized with that grill marks, and just making sure that sides are seared. And I'm going to transfer it to my baking pan. And the vegetables have simmered and rendered down. I'm just going to add it to my steaks. I'm just going to put it over the top there. And I'm just gonna, it's not ready yet, so I'm just gonna throw this in the warm oven, about 200 degrees, just to keep it warm, because I do not like cold steak. And then I'm gonna fry some steak fries off camera and make a salad, and then I'm gonna plate it all together. Alright, we've plated up our steak. I've cut it, paired it with a nice salad. I did make some steak fries for the kids and the husband, but I just want the steak and salad for today. So this is your simple steak. Enjoy until next time, until the next recipe. Stay blessed and stay hungry.